Go ahead.
Yeah, so not saying that like to create these big events for black people, right? Like Donald Trump cannot stop black people from doing what we have to do.
Not a period.
The only thing that can stop us from doing what we have to do is not being unified.
Yes. Yes.
He can't do anything. He doesn't have the power to stop us.
That's what people really got to take
Yeah.
from the unified group of black people in this neighborhood. That's what's the most important to pull from it. Just look at that. Just look at that's like, you know, that's the essence of the project. You know, just like there is this neighborhood. They're using each other.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's like asking for extra. They're doing their part. And that's like, for me, that's my dream to live in. Not even like wealth, but just to be in a,
A community where people care.
Yes.
Right, where you care, and it's just based off almost like the barter system.
Well,
like you just
Absolutely.
You know,
Well,
just,
in the-
ain't even no money in there. Ain't no money in the neighborhood. Everybody just has.
And it's
Well,
not.
you know, it's just-
Go ahead. I'm
And
sorry.
I'm just going to chime in and say that, you know, sometimes if we think too grand, it seems or feels that it's not easy to accomplish. So I say let's bring it down a little bit. Thinking about today, how are you supporting the person that's next to you, who you know is out here trying to be an entrepreneur, who you know is out here trying to start a business?
Yes.
Are you pouring into their dream that they want to become a restaurant owner or a barber or a beautician?
Yes.
Because it may not be the community. Maybe your ability to assist is not that great, but just helping one individual is really passing and moving us forward.
Yes.
And I think, you know, when I think about black and privilege, it's me as an individual taking ownership around the things that I can control.
Yes.
So if I see a person who looks like me, who's out here hungry, who's out here trying, who's out here striving, the question then becomes, what can I do within my means to help support this person in what it is that they are trying to accomplish?
That's what I'm talking about.
And so when we talk about black and privilege, you know, really asking yourself, am I doing enough? Am I spending more time judging and pointing fingers and saying, oh, they crazy if they think they're going to be able to do that? Or am I really holding myself accountable to support the person that's next to me? And I'm not sitting out here saying to people, you need to stop buying Gucci. You need to stop buying Fendi. Do whatever you want with your money. But if your money is not circulating in the black community and you are a black color skin, you really need to reevaluate your priorities.
Yes.
Because it is no secret, I think I just read some $1.6 trillion comes through the black hand.
Which is more wealth than most nations.
Yes, exactly. So that much money comes through our hands. But yet, when you look in your community and you go into a beauty supply store, chances are the person on the other side, the owner, is not somebody that looks like you.
Yeah.
The people who have the restaurants, they don't look like you. And that really means that we need to reevaluate even how we spend our own dollars.
And we will break our neck to do that. And this is what people have to understand. We're saying what we're saying not against any race and any people. We're saying we need to do like the Mexican people, the Jewish people, the white people, the African people, everybody. What we're saying is we need to support each other. That doesn't mean we can't support everybody else. It doesn't mean that at all. It's saying that we need to support each other first and just pour into each other so we can blossom and grow, because we have so much wealth amongst us. And that's what I think. And when I look at some of the people that's watching, Bryant Daly, Tim says what's going on. And we have people saying that they agree. We have people saying preach, tell it like it is. And then this is what I want to get to. People that's judging the movie just off the title. So there was someone who tweeted, they didn't even see the movie. Sarah put this up for us.
Oh, yeah.
They said, what the F is this title?
Yeah, I saw
Black
that,
and privilege.
man.
Really?
I didn't even see it.
I was like, but she retweeted. She said she was joking.
Okay.
But why would you do
But-
that?
But she
Why would you
tagged
do
Netflix.
that? Like, why would you put bad publicity out on something you ain't seen, but it's promoting black people?
I talked about
and you
hating.
black. She was blacker than me.
Exactly.
It was like, it's
He had
it's
light
levels
skin, so
of
they
that.
all-
I'm not. No, I'm dark. I'm dark.
So-
go ahead. I want to
No, go. You go. This is about you guys.
I was
I'm
gonna
just
say,
here.
so kind of going back to your comment. See, the thing is, y'all, what y'all don't know is they still sipping. My cup empty, so I can talk. I can
Oh.
keep talking.
I'm drinking water.
This is completely
Well,
wild.
my Jesus juice and ran dry. So one of the tweets that has been very interesting that I've read is around colorism.
Oh, yeah.
And specifically related to the women of Black and privilege, because of course there was thinking that it was a tweet by another Black woman. The tweet was not in regards to the Black men; it was in regards to the Black women. And so the first thing that I will say is, when I think about our cast and our crew, I would say probably about 90% of our crew consisted of Black women, of all shades of Black women. As you can see, the producer of Black and Privilege is a Black woman, and ain't never been confused with anything other than being a Black woman. And so, what concerns me the most when another Black woman talks about colorism and says, well, I didn't see anybody on the screen who looks like me, or their hair wasn't kinky enough, is that is an example in which we are our own worst enemy when really we're trying to fight the same fight. And as I think about the talent that was on this project, and I think about the commitment from everyone.
Yes.
When someone takes such a great concept around how can we progress everybody, and want to focus in on, well, I didn't see anyone who looked like me. What I challenge you on is, you may not have seen anyone who looked like you on camera.
Right.
But something that don't happen often in the film industry is Black women actually running the production.
Yeah.
And so here was an opportunity where, we had this brother to my right who trusted a Black woman to be his producer, who trusted a Black woman to be his executive producer, who trusted a Black woman to be his production manager, to be his director of art, to be
PAs,
his production
everything.
assistant, to be his caterer, to be so it's
Shout out to the caterer.
shout out to the caterer, the Brits.
Oh, yeah.
But I say that to say
Now that was Black.
It was.
But I say all of that
Okay.
to simply say that, when I see that, something that we're very cognizant of
Yes.
is representation.
Yes.
And making sure that as Black people, we all feel valued and included. And so certainly I just wanted to be very transparent and say that, a mark here set is going to include beautiful Black women of all shades. And that's point blank here.
And then also on top of that,
Yes.
with the showcasing of the women that were on camera.
Yes.
Now, the usual suspects when they're playing, when it's a hood woman, individually, most of the
dark
time,
skin.
she's dark skinned.
And Sarah's
Now-
light as that white.
But y'all didn't want to, but they didn't pay attention to that. So you would have wanted, representation in that character to be dark skinned.
Yes.
But he showed you, and I'm gonna stop. But that's it.
And that's
that was just,
it
was it.
outside of Ch-
Where did
being
Cat
a
just come
great
from?
actress,
Let's see the cat.
but I purposely did not want that role to be. I didn't give her the role because she's nice.
right.
But she was great in that role.
Mhm.
But I purposely wanted a light skin because had we put a dark skinned woman in that role,
We would have still been. So it's like
So-
you're damned if you do it, damned if you don't.
And-
if they would have put a dark skinned girl
Yeah.
in the role of the killer or the ghetto girl, they'd have been like, why you gotta have a dark skinned sister playing?
You can't win.
No,
I'm talking about-
the killer. Remember the killer? The
See,
assassin.
see,
The
yeah,
assassin.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then Sarah's character, Tiffany. They would have been like, why she gotta be that? But now we flip the script. But it's like, no matter what you do, people are always gonna have something to say. And this is why I talk about the hating. You have to learn how to just congratulate people for trying to do something positive and making it happen.
Right.
We always want to knock each other down.
They was talking about stereotypes for Black and Privilege. Like, they playing all the stereotypes. I was like, but y'all don't never say stereotypes when you watching the hood movie. That's just 100% stereotypes.
Let me tell you.
100%. And y'all don't say nothing. But when you see this,
Yes.
you want to try to follow. I'm like, but in this, you learning something. I'm like, you ain't even. It's crazy.
Let me tell you like this. Mark, Toya, everybody
Yes.
that's involved, I like the fact, and Sabrina said it, Sabrina Alexander said it, I like the fact that this is evoking conversation.
Absolutely.
It's making people talk about everything. You got people that love it, and you got people that don't. But you have more people that love it, but even the people that don't, we need to hear their feedback. But let me tell you like this, explain yourself. Talk to us. Don't say something and cower behind the internet and run away. Step up and talk about it.
We want
to talk about it. There was a brother that made fun of it, and I told him, I said, thank you so much for your feedback and your communication. I said, now let's have a conversation about why you feel that way. He never responded. He just said what he said. You know, buffoonery wins on the internet.
Yeah.
Buffoonery, am I right or wrong? People love buffoonery. They like cooning and clowning.
It's my
Well,
fault.
I will say this: everyone at the end of the day is entitled to how they feel about any project.
She's so professional.
Frederico.
So I say that just simply to say that, you know, whether you loved it or whether you hated it, you certainly are entitled to your opinion. What's most important to me is, one, did it drive you to have conversation?
Yes.
And two, has it driven you to want to take action?
Did it make you think?
If those two things actually, you know, kind of penetrated your soul and say, you know what, I didn't like the movie, I didn't like the delivery, I didn't like the lights, but most importantly, it made me rethink of, can I do things differently
Yes.
in my community and for my community? Then that was the goal and mission accomplished.
There it is.
Stop waiting for celebrities to start stuff.
That was my.
Like, you
Go ahead, Mark. Hit it, 'cause I'm coming on.
Mark is
Hit
the
it.
celebrity.
I ain't no celebrity.
Hit it, 'cause I'm coming.
So what?
Hit it, because I'm coming at it.
Go ahead.
No, you finish it with saying.
No, I'm just saying, like, we have to stop, like, not
Go
only
ahead.
just black people,
People.
Americans.
Yes.
We worship celebrities.
Yeah.
Stop waiting for celebrities to do stuff and to give us direction.
And put their stamp of approval
Get
for
that
you
stuff
to say
approved.
okay.
You know, let's just do it.
So I have a question. Can I be a co-host for 30 seconds?
Go ahead.
So my question is for Mark, because for many people, the watermelon seed, like it kind of, you know, with black people, watermelon, it makes some nerves.
I know.
So articulate for the people what the watermelon seed represents.
Okay, so we know that. So if you notice in the watermelon seed, so I'm gonna just start with this. So
Ain't
with
that
the
something the
watermelon
watermelon seeds? Okay.
Chicken
So we go,
involved?
like when we open up in the first episode, then when we see the watermelon scene again, we see Malcolm and Sarah, not Sarah, what's her name?
Tamala.
Plant the seed.
And,
We didn't say my character name.
Jay and Tamala.
planting seeds.
Yes.
And she hands it to him, and he said, what kind of seeds? She said,
Watermelon seeds.
Watermelon seeds, yeah. Then they go into about the urban farming, the organic food. Just telling black people, like, look. And they just said watermelon it originated from South Africa. So it's an African fruit. Watermelon is 92% water. And water is life. Life is love. Love, the true meaning of love is freedom, justice, and equality.
Yes, sir.
So you're bringing life, love, freedom, justice, and equality in your community. And one of the things that we have to do as people, as human beings, period, is we have to, because we know that with the whole GMO thing, we have to grow our own food.
Yes.
So that's why we had. So now he could have easily, Jay, I'm sorry, he could have easily tossed the watermelon on the ground, and the guys could have just looked at it.
Yeah.
But he tossed it in the air. Tossing in the air. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you toss the bouquet in the air, when you toss things in the air, it's something that's so good. You know what I'm saying? So you toss the watermelon in the air, look at the water that falls on the grass, the green grass. You know,
Which pissed me off. Because I'm like, why you didn't throw that in the garbage?
Right.
Right,
So
right.
everything is just not just done. It's like even like the three assassins, right? The three assassins, you know, they never said, you know, the only time the assassin ever talked when he apologized
Yes.
to Elder.
Elder.
But the three assassins, just not individual, it's an idea. You know what I'm saying? So I watch a lot of movies, right? So in the movie V for Vendetta, right?
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Vendetta wasn't just a human being, it was an idea.
It was a movement.
So the three assassins were an idea. What's the idea? The idea of these people coming into our community. So, what can I say? The idea of self-control. The idea of going into the subconscious, right? Because as black people, we hate to go, like even when you saw these people who sit on the porch, you're like, nigga. That's our subconscious mind.
Speak, Malcolm.
Like you don't go to your subconscious mind. So those three figures, those three assassins, is what's going on in our subconscious mind when we see black people. We all have have our own thoughts, our inner thoughts about our people. That's just the reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with you saying that, somebody have a question. They want to know when Volume 2 coming out.
Toya, tweet Netflix. Ask them.
Hey, look, this is what we need you guys to do.
Oh yeah, facts.
All of the stuff that you're giving us, we need you guys to tweet and tag Netflix and let them know that you want more Black and Privilege.
Do it now.
Do it now. Right now. Tweet Netflix at Netflix.
Should
Tweet
they?
them. Tweet
Now,
them.
1-800.
I'll put it on here. Tweet them.
Donate to Black
And so
Donate
people,
your comments to Netflix.
Tim King, Mikael Moore,
What up, Tim?
Brian Stanley, Lakeisha Williams.
What up,
She says
Sarah?
support. And Sabrina, Sarah,
my homie. Yeah,
and your
engaged.
homie. What's your cousin name? Your cousin twice removed,
Oh, Sharita.
Sharita. Now
Sharita.
she's on there. So here we go, guys. This conversation is starting right now. Let me go back. It started already when the movie came out, but we're trying to continue this conversation, and this is something we need to build on seriously. Gerard McClendon, who was with CLTV, really good friend of ours.
He's on here?
No, he was earlier.
Okay, good.
And he talked about how much he loved it and how much it's starting conversation. And this is the thing that we have to do. We have to spark the conversation with each other so the world can see. Stop waiting for people's approval. Stop waiting for people to validate you. Be your own person. Use your mind. Speak up. Someone told me, Mark, they said, Simeon, I noticed that when you do your speaking and things like that, you always stay neutral and safe. Well, I'm tired of being neutral and safe. I want to be real, and I want to be transparent, and I want to help somebody. And that's what we're doing with Black and Privilege.
Right. So I'm sorry.
Nope.
It's like we say, like when it comes to like Black and Privilege, right? We don't have to apologize because when white people and Latino people, our Latino brothers and sisters, when white people watch this, when Jewish people watch this, when Asian people watch this movie, they cheer for this, but they're like,
Yes.
this is what they need to do.
Yes.
Like this is everyone is saying this is what Black people need to do because at the end of the day, the mass. I'm not talking about those who are in government who are plotting and want to see out the mass and using their power to turn us against one another, the black against the white and the white against the black, and
Right.
the white against the brown. I'm talking about everyday 9
Yes.
to 5 working people who just want to go work their job, go home, watch football. They want to see our community safe and decent.
There it is.
At the end of the day.
In order to do that, we have to do the work.
Yeah.
Frederick Williams said that. He said, do the work. I had a young lady from St. Louis. Now, I was in St. Louis. They showed so much love. She was a white young lady. She was our waitress. I told her to watch the movie. She said, me and my husband are going to watch it. I got a response from her. And the way it started off, you would have thought it was negative. She said, you want me to be 100% honest with you? Is that what you really want me to be? And I'm like, yes. And she went on to say how much she loved it, how much it's needed, how much the conversation has to happen. And this is what Black people need to do. This is a white person telling me this. I didn't get offended because I agree with her. This is what we need to do in order to be better, in order to do better, in order to have better. We need to come together and we need to raise the dialogue. We need to raise the bar and we need to go out and do something together. So we're sitting here talking about Black and Privilege.
I got a telegram.
What's the telegram?
A
And
telegram.
And this telegram is
Is it
actually
a text message? Or?
for Malcolm,
Oh, okay.
aka Jay. So this question comes from Tamala, played by Sarah Sagan. See, look, girl, I got you.
Oh, snap.
Please
Yeah.
tell me if it's wrong.
Whatever.
Sure will.
Say-
Feedback
go
if
ahead.
it's wrong.
She sure
But it says, how did you get into the character of Jay, and what was your actor's process?
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's spicy.
That's good.
Yeah, well,
Is it spicy?
let me see. With Jay, you know, initially he was just the outcast from the first script that we had. So it was just, you know, just make sure I was the outcast
He was the nigga.
right. So
With a
so-
tattoo on his neck.
So coming into that environment, I knew everybody was going to be wealthy, everybody was going to be well off, so I wanted to make sure that I stuck out like a sore thumb. So I made sure that, you know, I was like, what can I do to separate myself? So I was like, oh, I can. So I thought about the tattoos and what they should represent and what they meant to the character. So I was like, all right, so this is a guy who loves the city, he loves the city life, and he's always about taking chances. So I had Chicago on the one side and then the deck of cards on the other side. And then on the second version of the script, you know, Mark had sent, you know, completely different element. And I was like, okay. So he gave
Switch.
it, So, you know, I had the groundwork of what I wanted for the guy, but then with the second and the third script, so now he has to kind of. So this guy's coming from a position of growing up with white people, and then also knowing that, and anybody who he encounters is going to know that he grew up with white people. So what can he do to make sure that he's also able to fit in with the black people? And that's a common thing that, I mean, that would be a thing for a black person who grew up in a suburb with predominantly white, which I did. So I was able to connect with that because I knew how you would have to fit in with white people. And then once you got around your people, you had to get back to knowing with them too. So it's a world that, most 99% of us have to live in. It's not just the world that Jay had to live in, but this is a world that he definitely had to grow up in because his parent was white. Okay. And then, you know, with that element, I was like, okay, so this guy is gonna have to be a little extra than he normally would be because that's not, you know, this is what his norm is. So that's the kind of aspect I have for the character of Jay. Just a person who was caught in the middle of it all, just trying to fit into the world.
And can I chime in on your character, Jay?
Why wouldn't you do?
Because what I also appreciated that from episode 1 to episode 2 is that Jay was also a family man. And what I feel like it kind of broke the stigma or the stereotype is that because you come from the streets or because you to the world you viewed as ghetto or whatever, it's like most of the time they are still family oriented. They still want to protect their home. They still want to protect their children, their loved ones, and so forth. And so it was like that was actually for me what the commonality between Samad and Jay was. At the end of the day, they were still two black men who valued family and who wanted to protect home.
And when you get, and that was because I knew that his character, Jay's character, his father was not in his life like that. So anytime your father's not in your life like that, you want to overdo the job that you can as a parent.
You're gonna be. I'm not gonna be the type of dad he was.
Right.
I'm gonna be better.
Yes. So he had that mindset of trying to keep his family together. You saw him. You know, he was a blue collar guy. He had his wife. He had his daughter. He was about that life 100%. You didn't see anything else. You know, everything else was judged upon him that he was a thug or this or that, just because of the look.
Yep.
All of those things was, acquired because he had to fit in to prove into something other than what he was accustomed to. Those were things. That was all just makeup, like for in real life. And some black people in this world tatted up, just trying to fit in. Because they grew up another way. We're trying to fit in because they think this makes them. And these are conversations that would need to be had. This is why black privilege is so dope. Because it's having these inside conversations of what we think sometimes it is to be black, what we think sometimes it is to be proper, how to do things the right way. Is this the right way or is this the right way? These are great conversations. There's great conversations all throughout the project.
Let me say this. I want to say thank you so much to everybody that's tuning in. People has been staying with us the whole show. Frederick Paul, Brett, Charles Knox, AJ Jones, Corey Hendricks, who's in the movie. La Frenchie. Thank you guys so much. They say they love Black and Privilege. Mark, I need to say this to you. I want to say this to Mark in front of the whole world. And I say that because my platform is going to be the whole world. Thank you so much for taking a chance. What Mark did was he took up-and-coming actors and put us in the main roles, the lead roles, and he took recognizable faces, and they were the supporting. And the thing that he took a chance, which paid off, because I've heard so many kudos about Malcom, about Corey, about myself, about Sarah, about the people that had to actually carry the movie or the series, that they're ready to see more. So the chance that you took was a valid one, and I want to ask you this: what made you take that chance? Because Mark sent me the script, and he told me to read it. He said, I want you to check out the character Samad.
It was a shoestring budget, wasn't it? It was a shoestring budget. That's why he did it. He took a chance.
Yeah, it is. I knew you, boy. I ain't gonna even say the N word. I ain't gonna say the N word.
But the best times you can.
I said,
No,
look.
but you know what? I'm happy though.
Go ahead,
because,
go ahead,
You know, I'm
Malcolm.
happy because at the end
Yes,
of the day,
sir. Malcolm Banks, symbol mark, all of it.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So I'm happy because at the end of the day, I think when people see the project, you know, there's a lot of heart and soul that is in the project.
Mhm.
So everything happens for even every. I strongly believe everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
Even the scene when all the guys showed up at the same, the guy took that scene, put it on Twitter. It's up to like 1.6 million views.
Yeah.
Had we shot that scene perfectly,
Yeah.
we would have never got that 1.6
That
million.
you wanna, and you got that, wouldn't have had that feedback.
We didn't get that. No, not just feedback, those views.
No, that, yeah, those
Yeah,
views.
you know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
yeah.
make people more aware of the project. So to go and see the message of the project.
Yeah.
So I think everything happens for a reason. You know, so